Hi, in this session of Rehabilitation Engineering, we shall discuss the members of the rehabilitation team, such as the psychologist, the music therapist, the dance therapist, recreational and corrective therapist, the biomedical engineer, and the social worker. So let's just crack on. The function of a psychologist is to prepare the disabled person and their family for the full rehabilitation program. So, psychologically, a person who is disabled and the family who is just dealing with a new disability have got a lot going on in their life, and the function of a psychologist is to educate them properly and then prepare them on how rehabilitation is going to work, what are the effects of rehabilitation and how that is going to improve or that will probably improve the life of the person. So they conduct tests to evaluate the patient's style and study their way of dealing stress. So that way they can give them a more customized and personalized treatment procedure or suggest a treatment procedure. So the patient's problem-solving skills, memory, and intelligence are assessed, and any psychosis or neurosis is diagnosed immediately and treated because you don't want a psychosis or neurosis to carry forward and affect the patient's life while they're having the therapeutic session. So the patient attends counseling session to overcome mental barrier and embrace the new life because there's quite a lot of mental strength that is required for a person to live with a disability for the rest of their life, and a psychologist helps them prepare for that. So, music therapists are often involved in rehabilitation of differently able child. For example, someone with cerebral palsy or Down syndrome, have have natural affinity towards music. So, intervention of a music therapist can either be instrumental or vocal performance by a person with disability or help them appreciate music and attend events. So, in playing instruments such as the keyboard and violin can improve their fine motor skills in children with cerebral palsy. Also, children with Down syndrome respond naturally to music, so because that helps them relax, that has the calming effect, that has the ability to control their pain or anxiety. And for those who sing, it improves the speech through articulation training and melodic intonation. You have the resonance, you have the symphony of the notes, the high and the low notes. So everything, that modulation of voice in order to produce a melodious song actually helps them speak better. So visually impaired people have actually taken up music as a career and have excelled in this field. There are quite a lot of examples for the same. So in your own time, I would want you to find out the names of some visually impaired people who have like succeeded who have had a successful musical career. So dance therapy actually focuses on rhythmic movement for the body. It improves the gross motor control, it relieves stress and improves the awareness of tension in the body. It allows an individual to express emotions. It allows them to communicate, through action if when they cannot communicate verbally. Now, it also improves the body image and awareness, as well as it is a good exercise for a person with disability. Now, it classifies and describes the body movement and improves group activity and competitiveness. So, if there is an individual, if there are a group of disabled people who love dancing, so it is something that they can do as a part of recreation, or it is something that they can do if during their get together. So that would help them socialize, that would have them have a group activity, and it is just a stress buster for them. It's something that they love doing and they would enjoy doing as a group. Recreational therapy therapists are usually they usually improve the social and emotional behavior of an individual to promote development. So, the factors that influence recreational activities are patient's interest, social capability, cognitive and emotional functioning, and level of orientation and awareness. We saw the example of dance and music, but not everyone can sing and not everyone can dance. So at the same time, some people just don't have interest in music or dance, so they might have interest in drawing or painting. For example, children with autism, they are often very good artists. If not in music, they're brilliant at drawing. So, a recreational therapist actually recognizes the recreational activity that an individual would be interested in, and tries and trains them according to their interest. So they also introduce a patient to adapted sport and associated leisure activities using specialized equipment. And they also assist the family and the individual in coping with the disability, and therefore help the reducing incidences of depression on the patient. So, if there is a sport that a particular disabled person is really passionate about, then the recreational therapist actually suggests alternatives or amended sports gear to allow that individual to perform that specified task. Now, biomedical engineers actually play a very major role in rehabilitation. So, biomedical engineers are responsible for development of prostheses and orthotists that are user friendly and are more and that closely resemble the organ that is being replaced. Now, devices such as the functional electrical stimulation have also been developed in order to assist an individual and improve their quality of life. FES has been successfully used to restore upper limb function. It has helped people in walking better. So it has helped people with their bowel and bladder control and so on. There are quite a lot of applications. So often biomedical engineers collaborate with members of the rehabilitation team, such as the physiotherapist, the occupational therapist, the orthotist, the prosthetist, and develop an equipment that would aid and improve the condition of the patient or assist them in performing functional tasks. They can also customize a device according to the individual's requirement and thereby enhance their chances of performing a functional task. Now, corrective therapy is a program or technique designed to improve or maintain the health of a patient by improving their neuromuscular activity and personal health habits for promoting relaxation by adjustment to stress. A corrective therapist provides medically prescribed program for exercise and activities designed to prevent muscular deterioration as a result of long-term inactivity. So, corrective therapy is more related to just muscular deterioration rather than the whole joint and other aspects that a physio considers. So, just considering the muscle, preventing muscle atrophy, maintaining good muscle health is what a corrective therapist concentrates on. The social worker actually plays a major role in evaluating the patient's living situation, including their lifestyle, their family finances, their community resources, etc. So they study the home condition of the family, the interpersonal relationship, and the job situation. They try to provide a detailed survey of what kind of job an individual with disability can perform, and understand the interest of the disabled person and try and help them find a job accordingly. They also explain to the patient, the family, the patient's problems and the treatment recommended by the psychiatrist and psychologist. Often the carers do not understand the patient's requirement. They just there's just a gap in the understanding. So the social worker actually fills that gap. She or he makes the family or the carer understand exactly what the disabled person is going through, thereby try and help both of them to have a harmonious relationship. So they also teach the nursing students and staff or medical students, school teacher on the social aspects of rehabilitation. So a social worker would working for a specific group of patients would actually know in and out of that disability, and they educate other healthcare workers on exactly what needs to be done at what point. Also, they involve in public education, so they keep in touch with the community through the radio, television, press write-ups, and periodicals. So the social worker is also responsible for proper maintenance of the medical records of an individual. So this would actually provide this can actually be used to, if in future someone wants to do a statistical analysis of how the patient has progressed over a period of time, then the social worker is the one who could help them. So over a period of time, they just become like a family member, and they, the pillar of support for both the family as well as the disabled person. So with this we shall end this session on rehabilitation engineering. I shall see you soon with more rehabilitation. Thank you very much.